Starting the top 10 third baseman list, we got to look at some honorable mentions. Third base is definitely, I feel like, a dying breed. I don't think there's that many quality third basemen that you can, look at and be like, damn, this is a tough position to really pick. I mean, there are the countdown wise in terms of the numbers and where they should be at. That could be considered difficult, yeah, but the quality of the position is definitely decreasing in value. But hopefully there could be a splurge on that, and we could see more of it. We start with Christopher Morel, though. 25 years old, 2 years in the league, 1 year, $800,000. He's going to be playing on the Rays. He ended the year on the Rays, so kind of weird to see him be from a Cub to a Ray. I believe I would like to see what he done in the Cubs even more. 152 games played, 535 at bats, 56 runs, 105 hits, 11 doubles, 3 triples, 21 home runs, 60 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, 61 walks, 159 strikeouts, a 196 average, which is definitely needs to improve, a 288 on base, a 346 slugging, and a 634 OPS. Played 74 games at third with 579 innings, 47 putouts, 112 assists, 9 errors, 8 double plays for a 94.6 fielding percentage. So again, defensive wise, definitely can improve. Average wise, definitely can improve. But this is a guy that's going to be very important moving forward, especially in a really tough AL East division. So I'm excited to see what he does. And yeah, he's a promising young guy. So I definitely see him being a pretty impactful player for the Tampa Bay Rays. And hope to see him on a countdown soon. Mention is going to be Jake Berger of the Miami Marlins, or excuse me, of the Texas Rangers now. Played for the Miami Marlins. Definitely a bright spot on this team. Definitely a team that went to the wild card series against the Phillies, I believe, in 2023. And, again, had some big numbers. This year, he also had some big numbers. So I think coming into Texas, I think they're going to get some offensive firepower that they really need, desperately need, especially if we have guys like Nathaniel Lowe, who's going to get injured. But I want to see him bounce back, hopefully, this year. Jake Berger's just going to be, like I said, added stability on a team that knows that they want to win another World Series. And can they? And for sure they can. Jake Berger, 28 years old. He's got 7 years in the league. 1 year, $800,000 for the Rangers. Again, stability on the team. 137 games played, 535 at bats, 68 runs, 134 hits, 23 doubles, a triple, 29 home runs, 76 RBIs, 31 doubles, 150 strikeouts, 1 stolen base. He had a 250 average, a 301 on base, a 460 slugging, and a 760 OPS. He also played 59 games at third, 487.1 or 487 innings, 36 putouts, 99 assists, 11 errors, 8 double plays with a 92.5 fielding percentage. So, yeah, his defense can definitely be better. His offense, though, is going to make up for it. So I'm excited to see what he does in Texas. I think he'll definitely impact the team, and we'll see if he can make a list pretty soon. We got Mark Vientos, 25 years old, 1 year in the league, 1 year, $800,000. Definitely a very, not surprising, but a guy that just jumped and leaps and bounds for this Mets team that went to the championship series. It's not like they were not. They had a great successful year. I think they had some great additions this offseason. They're trying to win a World Series. Definitely trying to contend, but I mean. Can they contend against the Dodgers, who pretty much buys everything in the planet at this point? So that's going to be determined, yet to be determined. But Mark Vientos is going to be a huge part of this team. 111 games, 413 at bats, 58 runs, 110 hits, 22 doubles, 27 home runs, 71 RBIs, 33 walks, 135 strikeouts, had a 266 average, a 322 on base, a 516 slugging, an 837 OPS with a 3.2 WAR. He played 108 games at third, 880.1 innings pitched or innings played, 61 putouts, 179 assists, 5 errors, 15 double plays, a 98 fielding percentage, which is definitely a lot better than the last two guys. Played 13 games in the postseason and fielded 13 games. 55 at bats, 8 runs, 18 hits, 2 doubles, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, 3 walks, 19 strikeouts, 327 average, a 362 on base, a 636 slugging, and a 998 OPS. With a 99.2 innings, 5 putouts, 24 assists, 1 error, 1 double play for a 96.7 fielding percentage. Honestly, his postseason was amazing. It was great. It showed that he can play in the clutch. Definitely a young guy that's going to be a huge, huge benefit to their team. And yeah, I'm excited to see what Vientos is going to do this year for the surging Mets over here. Lastly, on the honorable mention list, I mean, we got Key Brian Hayes from the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's a team that just continuously, I feel like, doesn't get to a place where they want to be, and that's to be in the postseason. They do have players that are but they have some players that are brilliant. They're stars, and Key Brian Hayes is one of those stars in that organization. He's 28 years old, 4 years in the league, 6 years, $44 million deal for him. His 6 year will be a $6 million club option. Played 96 games, 365 at bats, 38 runs, 85 hits, 9 doubles, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs, at 23 walks, 75 strikeouts, 11 stolen bases, a 233 average, a 283 on base, a 290 slugging for a 573 OPS. Played 96 games at third, 829.2 innings, 75 putouts, 185 assists, 5 errors, 28 double plays, and 98.1 fielding percentage. He was fourth in double plays turned as third baseman in the NL. So overall, needs to stay healthy first and foremost. I feel like stays healthy, he could definitely have some big numbers. Definitely a guy that still I think gets overlooked, and he's underrated. And I do believe that this is a guy that when he is healthy, I do believe he can be a top 10 guy for sure. Pittsburgh definitely has their rough patches, and they have a organization of having talented guys, but like not building around them. So, can they try to step up in the right direction? Having a Key Brian Hayes there for a while definitely can set a good set goal of them trying to be a legit team. So, Key Brian Hayes, entertaining player, and I'm excited to see what he does next year. With number 10 being Isaac Paredes. He is now a Houston Astro for this next year. Great signing for them, especially with kind of just trying to be relevant and in the postseason hunt. I definitely believe this is a team that can definitely make another postseason. They definitely lost people on their roster, so having a guy like Paredes is going to be pretty good, especially if they lose Bregman to free agency. That still is to be determined. Paredes, 25 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $6.62 million with the Houston Astros, 153 games played, 542 at bats, 64 runs, 129 hits, 25 doubles, a triple, 19 home runs, 80 RBIs, 1 stolen base, 76 walks, 105 strikeouts, a 238 average, a 346 on base, a 393 slugging with a 739 OPS and a 2.9 WAR. 128 games played at third, 1,107.1 innings pitched, or innings that he played. I keep saying pitched. 63 putouts, 210 assists, 15 errors, 19 double plays, a 94.8 fielding percentage. Not unbelievable, but definitely, great offensively. Definitely had a great year offensively. I think he's going to bring some offensive firepower to the Houston Astros, which I believe, they already have, but, they could use that again, especially if they lose Bregman to free agency. So overall, it's a great signing. It's a really good third baseman, and yeah, he's making the list right now, and I hope to see him have a big year in 2025. We're gonna have Ryan McMahon. Yeah, I mean a Colorado Rocky staple, I believe that definitely has great talent and very very fun to watch. And the unfortunate part is he is a Rocky, and that organization is just super unstable, and there's no foundation. There's no building up players around them. So, having Ryan McMahon is great, but is he just going to be another Nolan Arenado and go somewhere else where he can play the same amount of quality baseball that he's been playing and go to a postseason more than once in his career? Like, that would be phenomenal. Obviously, this Rockies team, Ryan McMahon, honestly, like I said, great potential for him. He's 30 years old, 7 years in the league, 3 years, $44 million on the deal, 153 games played, 567 at bats, 68 runs, 137 hits, 28 doubles, 20 home runs, 65 RBIs, 69 walks, 185 strikeouts, 4 stolen bases, a 242 average, a 325 on base, a 397 slugging, a 722 OPS with a 2.5 WAR. Played 152 games at third base, 1,306.2 innings, 98 putouts, 323 assists, 15 errors, 33 double plays, a 96.6 fielding percentage, which is not terrible. He was an all-star. He was a third in defensive games played as a third baseman in the NL. He was fourth in putouts as a third baseman in the NL. First in assists as a third baseman in the NL. Second in doubles plays turned as a third baseman in the NL, and fourth in fielding percentage as a third baseman in the NL. Overall, yeah, this is a guy that definitely deserves to be in a contending team, and I do believe that he'll be solid for Colorado, but also hopefully elsewhere. So, yeah, really good guy, and I'm ecstatic to see him and Rockies players be on this countdown. On this video before we get to part two here is number 8, Alec Bohm, the Philadelphia Phillies third baseman. Definitely a really important piece to this organization, a team that's gone to the World Series, a team that's gone to multiple postseasons, and he's definitely been a pretty big contributor to that. So, I mean, overall, definitely a guy that you want on your lineup, you want on your team, and with the time, I think he's definitely gotten better offensively. Defensively, I think he's been underrated. I think he's definitely has his share of great games. Definitely. You're looking at a 28-year-old, 4 years in the league, 1 year, 7.7 mil with the Phillies. 143 games played, 554 at bats, 62 runs, 155 hits, 44 doubles, 2 triples, 15 home runs, 97 RBIs, 40 walks, 86 strikeouts, 5 stolen bases, a 280 average, a 332 on base, a 448 slugging, and a 779 OPS with a 3.0 WAR. 128 games that he played, 1,096 innings, 84 putouts, 253 assists, 14 errors, 15 double plays for a 96 fielding percentage. Really not that bad. Obviously, it's hard to play the third base position, but he's excelled at it. He's done a great job. In the postseason, they played 4 games. He played both 4 games offensively and defensively. Had 13 at bats, only at 1 hit, 1 walk, a .077 average, a 143 on base, a .77 slugging for a 220 OPS. It was not awesome for him. He had 27 innings that he was on the field for a putout, 3 assists, 100% fielding percentage. So, again, he's definitely a huge factor. He's definitely going to be a very impactful player, and I do believe that he's going to do the necessary things to make sure that Philadelphia gets wins. So he was an all-star. If you want to throw in a fun fact, he did participate in the home run derby. He was fifth in assists as third baseman in the NL. So overall, yeah, solid guy. Really would like to see him jump up in the countdown. Right now, I think he's in a good spot right now.